Life in the city moves at a relentless pace. We navigate through crowds, dodge traffic, and juggle endless commitments. But what happens when that pace becomes overwhelming? What happens when daycare closes and you have to stay home from work with your kid? Does your hand shake when you have to call into work to ask for the day off? Or when the pressure to succeed pushes us to the brink of exhaustion? You bring in your car for an oil change, but the mechanic finds a slew of issues wrong with your car that makes it undrivable by law, and you can't afford to pay to get your car fixed. How do we cope when our relationships falter under the weight of our ambitions? These are the struggles of modern life, the battles we fight in the pursuit of success. But amidst the chaos, there is always hope. Today, we're going to continue our journey by exploring the art of never exposing yourself using Stoicism in the modern world. In an era where constant exposure on social media and the need to share every aspect of personal life have become the norm, Stoic philosophy offers a refreshing and contrary perspective. We will cover how the Stoics practiced not exposing oneself by not talking about problems, pleasures, virtues, emotions, self-discipline, death, and plans. One should focus on maintaining composure, keeping confidences, practicing restraint, choosing words carefully, avoiding confrontation, embracing silence, practicing discretion, and embracing solitude. If you're enjoying the video so far, leave a thumbs up and comment below with one way you will stop exposing yourself. Don't talk about your problems. The Stoics encouraged us to face our difficulties with courage, patience, and resilience. They discouraged us from complaining, whining, or lamenting about our troubles, as this could make them worse, or invite pity, scorn, or mockery. They taught us to deal with our problems internally, and to seek solutions rather than sympathy. Stoicism encourages individuals to develop inner strength and resilience to face life's difficulties. Stoics often prioritize working on their own attitudes and reactions rather than dwelling on their problems or seeking external validation or sympathy. Stoics believe that complaining or dwelling excessively on problems does not lead to constructive solutions. Instead, they advocate for acceptance and taking action where possible. Stoics may refrain from talking about their problems in order to avoid getting caught up in a cycle of negativity. Stoics seek to maintain perspective on their problems by viewing them from a broader philosophical standpoint. They may see challenges as opportunities for growth or as inevitable aspects of the human experience, which can help minimize the perceived severity of the problem. Stoics value self-discipline and respect for others. They may choose not to burden others with their problems out of consideration for their time and energy, especially if they believe that discussing the issue will not lead to a resolution. It's important to note that while Stoics may not typically engage in extensive discussions about their problems, this doesn't mean they suppress their emotions or neglect seeking help when needed. Stoicism encourages self-awareness and seeking guidance from trusted sources, such as mentors or friends, when facing challenges that exceed one's ability to handle alone. Don't talk about your pleasures. The Stoics advised us to enjoy the good things in life with moderation, gratitude, and detachment. They warned us against indulging, flaunting, or bragging about our pleasures, as this could lead to excess, envy, or contempt. They taught us to savor our pleasures privately and to share them sparingly. Stoics believe that true happiness and fulfillment come from living in accordance with nature and exercising control over one's desires and emotions. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is the idea of apatheia, or emotional tranquility, which involves maintaining a state of inner calm and equanimity, regardless of external circumstances. Stoics believe that excessive focus on pleasure can lead to attachment and dependence, which in turn can result in suffering when those pleasures are not met or are taken away. Instead of seeking fleeting pleasures, Stoics advocate for pursuing eudaimonia, or flourishing through the development of moral and intellectual virtues. They believe that true happiness comes from living a life of virtue, wisdom, and rationality, rather than chasing after external sources of pleasure. Furthermore, Stoics often view excessive indulgence in pleasure as a form of weakness or lack of self-control. They emphasize the importance of moderation and temperance in all aspects of life, including pleasure-seeking activities. Overall, Stoics may not talk about their pleasures because they prioritize inner peace and virtue over external gratification, and they recognize that excessive focus on pleasure can distract from the pursuit of a meaningful and virtuous life. Don't talk about your virtues. The Stoics urged us to strive for excellence, wisdom, and justice. They cautioned us against praising, displaying, or preaching about our virtues, as this could lead to arrogance, hypocrisy, or resentment. They taught us to practice our virtues quietly and to let them shine through our deeds. Central to Stoic philosophy are four cardinal virtues: wisdom, Sophia; courage, Andrea; justice, Dikaiosine; and temperance, Sophrosin. Stoics do indeed talk about virtues, often extensively, as these virtues are considered the foundation of living a good life. However, Stoicism places more emphasis on embodying these virtues through action, rather than merely discussing or boasting about them. Stoics believe in practicing virtue quietly and consistently, without the need for external validation or recognition. Additionally, Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on internal transformation and personal growth, rather than seeking external praise or acknowledgement for their virtues. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus, for example, emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within our control, such as our thoughts, attitudes, and actions, rather than on external outcomes or the opinions of others. In summary, Stoics may not talk explicitly about their virtues as a form of humility, and because they prioritize embodying virtuous principles through action rather than verbal expression. Don't talk about your emotions. The Stoics advised us to control our emotions rather than be controlled by them. They warned us against expressing our anger, fear, or sadness to others, as this could make us vulnerable, irrational, or weak. They taught us to manage our emotions internally and to use reason as our guide. As Epictetus said, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." While Stoics do not disregard emotions entirely, they advocate for a certain attitude towards them. Here are a few reasons why Stoics might not focus on talking about their emotions. Stoics believe in maintaining a state of emotional equilibrium or tranquility, known as apatheia. This doesn't mean suppressing emotions, but rather not allowing them to control or overwhelm one's rational judgment. Thus, Stoics may not dwell on or excessively discuss their emotions to avoid becoming overly attached to them. Stoicism places great emphasis on the use of reason to understand and navigate the world. Stoics prioritize living in accordance with virtue, particularly wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Discussing emotions extensively might distract from this focus on rationality and virtue. Stoicism encourages self-reflection and introspection. Rather than externalizing their emotions through constant discussion, Stoics might prefer to reflect on their feelings privately, seeking to understand them and their underlying causes. Stoics may discuss their emotions with trusted friends or mentors within their Stoic community, but the emphasis tends to be on finding rational solutions or perspectives, rather than dwelling on emotional states. In summary, Stoics may not talk extensively about their emotions because they prioritize maintaining emotional equilibrium, focusing on reason and virtue, accepting the natural fluctuations of emotions, preferring private reflection, and seeking rational solutions rather than dwelling on emotional states. Don't talk about your self-discipline. The Stoics encouraged us to practice self-discipline in all aspects of life, such as diet, exercise, sleep, and study. They discouraged us from showing off our self-discipline or judging others for their lack of it. They taught us to practice self-discipline for its own sake, and not for the sake of reputation or reward. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Do what nature demands. Get a move on, if you have it in you, and don't worry whether anyone will give you credit for it." While Stoics may not explicitly talk about their self-discipline in the same way that modern self-help or personal development gurus might, the concept is deeply ingrained in Stoic teachings and practices. Stoicism teaches individuals to cultivate virtues such as wisdom, courage, temperance, and justice, which inherently require self-discipline to develop and maintain. Stoic philosophers like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius often discuss the importance of self-control, rational decision-making, and living in accordance with nature. They believe in living a virtuous life quietly and without seeking external validation or recognition for their efforts. Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on what is within their control, such as their thoughts, actions, and attitudes, rather than external outcomes or perceptions. In summary, while Stoics may not overtly talk about their self-discipline, it is a central aspect of their philosophy and is reflected in their actions and way of life. Don't talk about your death. The Stoics urged us to face death with courage, dignity, and indifference. They cautioned us against fearing, avoiding, or lamenting death, as this could rob us of the joy of living. They taught us to accept death as a natural and inevitable part of life, and to live each day as if it were our last. As Seneca said, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." The one who puts the finishing touches on their life each day is never short of time. Stoicism encourages individuals to confront the realities of life, including death, with rationality and acceptance, rather than fear or avoidance. Stoics believe in accepting the natural order of the universe, including the fact that death is an inevitable part of life. They advocate for embracing this reality rather than resisting it, as resistance can lead to unnecessary suffering. Stoicism teaches that contemplating death can help us live more intentionally and virtuously. By recognizing the impermanence of life, individuals are encouraged to prioritize what truly matters and live in accordance with their values. Discussing death can help individuals confront their fears and anxieties surrounding mortality. By examining their beliefs, Stoics aim to develop resilience and equanimity in the face of life's uncertainties. While Stoics do talk about death, their approach is typically pragmatic and grounded in acceptance, rather than dwelling on morbid or fearful thoughts. Instead, they view death as an opportunity to live more fully and virtuously in the present moment. Don't talk about your plans. The Stoics advised us to act rather than speak, to show rather than tell, to do rather than promise. They warned us against boasting about our future intentions, as this could lead to disappointment, failure, or ridicule. They taught us to keep our plans to ourselves and to let our actions speak for themselves. While Stoics do not necessarily avoid discussing plans altogether, their approach to planning differs from some other philosophical or self-help perspectives. Stoicism encourages individuals to focus on the present moment and to accept the reality of the present situation. While planning for the future is not discouraged, excessive fixation on future events or outcomes can lead to unnecessary anxiety and attachment to external circumstances beyond one's control. Stoics recognize the inherent uncertainty of the future. They believe that while it's essential to make plans and preparations, one should also be prepared for unexpected events and be adaptable to changing circumstances. This recognition of the unpredictable nature of life may lead Stoics to approach planning with a degree of flexibility and acceptance. Stoics advocate for practicing detachment from external outcomes and focusing instead on internal attitudes and responses. Excessive attachment to plans or desired outcomes can lead to frustration and disappointment if things don't unfold as expected. By cultivating a mindset of detachment, Stoics seek to maintain inner tranquility, regardless of external circumstances. In summary, while Stoicism does not dismiss the importance of planning altogether, it encourages individuals to approach planning with a balanced perspective, focusing on the present moment, recognizing the uncertainty of the future, prioritizing virtue over external goals, and practicing detachment from outcomes. I hope everyone is enjoying our current journey on thoughts, emotions, and how not to expose yourself. Please remember to subscribe to the video and leave a comment on which part you found most helpful. For those that stay until the end of the video, I have a unique message for you. Let us continue on what one should focus on. Stoicism places a significant emphasis on maintaining composure for several reasons. Stoics believe in cultivating emotional resilience to deal with the inevitable ups and downs of life. Maintaining composure allows individuals to navigate challenges with clarity and rationality, rather than being overwhelmed by emotions. By remaining composed, Stoics aim to think clearly and make rational decisions. Emotions, especially strong and unchecked ones, can cloud judgment and lead to impulsive actions or reactions. Stoicism teaches that true happiness and tranquility come from within rather than from external circumstances. By practicing composure, individuals can achieve a sense of inner peace, regardless of external events. Stoics emphasize acceptance of things beyond one's control. Maintaining composure helps individuals accept life's uncertainties and adversities gracefully, focusing instead on what they can control, namely, their own thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Overall, maintaining composure is central to Stoic philosophy, as it enables individuals to live with greater wisdom, resilience, and inner peace amidst the challenges and uncertainties of life. Stoicism places significant emphasis on personal virtues and inner tranquility in the face of external circumstances. The focus on practicing restraint, choosing words carefully, and avoiding confrontation stems from Stoic principles aimed at achieving eudaimonia, or human flourishing, through self-mastery and alignment with nature. Here's why Stoics emphasize these aspects. Exercise restraint in your desires and impulses, avoiding excessive indulgence or reckless behavior. By practicing restraint, you cultivate self-discipline and self-control, preventing yourself from succumbing to harmful habits or temptations. Stoicism teaches that individuals should cultivate self-control over their desires, emotions, and impulses. This involves learning to manage one's reactions to external events, especially those beyond one's control. By exercising restraint, Stoics aim to achieve inner calm and freedom from being governed by passions such as anger, fear, or desire. Choose your words carefully when communicating with others, speaking thoughtfully and diplomatically to avoid causing offense or misunderstanding. By choosing your words carefully, you convey respect and sincerity, fostering constructive dialogue and mutual understanding. Stoics emphasize the importance of thoughtful and deliberate communication. Words have the power to shape perceptions, influence others, and reflect one's character. Stoics advocate for speaking truthfully, kindly, and with consideration for the impact of one's words. By choosing words carefully, individuals can foster harmony in their relationships and uphold their own integrity. Avoid unnecessary confrontation or conflict by choosing your battles wisely and seeking peaceful resolutions whenever possible. By avoiding confrontation, you preserve harmony and goodwill in your relationships, minimizing unnecessary stress and strife. Stoicism encourages individuals to seek tranquility and peace of mind. Engaging in unnecessary conflict or confrontation often leads to heightened emotions, stress, and discord. Stoics advocate for resolving conflicts through rational discourse, empathy, and understanding rather than resorting to aggression or hostility. Avoiding confrontation aligns with the Stoic goal of maintaining inner harmony and fostering goodwill towards others. Overall, these principles of practicing restraint, choosing words carefully, and avoiding confrontation are central to Stoic ethics and serve as practical guidelines for leading a virtuous and fulfilling life, characterized by wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Embrace moments of silence and solitude to reflect and recharge, allowing yourself space for introspection and contemplation. By embracing silence and solitude, you cultivate inner peace and clarity, gaining deeper insight into yourself and the world around you. Silence allows individuals to quiet the noise of the external world and the chatter of their own minds, enabling them to gain clarity of thought. By embracing silence, Stoics seek to achieve a state of inner calm that facilitates rational reflection and decision-making. Silence encourages mindfulness and heightened awareness of one's surroundings, thoughts, and emotions. By being present in the moment without distractions, Stoics aim to develop a deeper understanding of themselves and the world around them. Silence helps individuals develop resilience and equanimity in the face of adversity. By learning to embrace stillness, Stoics aim to cultivate inner strength and tranquility that enable them to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Overall, embracing silence is seen as a fundamental practice within Stoicism for fostering inner peace, clarity of thought, self-awareness, and resilience in the pursuit of virtue and eudaimonia, flourishing. Stoics focus on practicing discretion because it aligns with their philosophy of living in accordance with nature and cultivating inner tranquility. Discretion, or exercising sound judgment and restraint in speech and action, is considered essential for maintaining emotional balance and moral integrity. Here are some reasons why Stoics emphasize practicing discretion. Stoics believe in the importance of maintaining emotional equanimity regardless of external circumstances. By exercising discretion, individuals can avoid impulsive reactions to events and people, thereby preserving their inner peace. Discretion helps individuals avoid engaging in actions that may harm themselves or others. By carefully considering the consequences of their choices, Stoics aim to act virtuously and in accordance with reason. Stoicism places great emphasis on the cultivation of virtue, particularly wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. Practicing discretion allows individuals to exercise these virtues in their daily lives by making wise and ethical decisions. By exercising discretion, individuals can free themselves from the tyranny of external influences and societal expectations. Stoics believe that true freedom comes from within, and practicing discretion helps individuals assert control over their own thoughts and actions. Stoicism teaches the importance of resilience in the face of adversity. By practicing discretion, individuals can develop resilience by refraining from reacting impulsively to challenging situations and instead responding with wisdom and self-control. Practicing discretion in speech and action can help individuals build and maintain healthy relationships with others. By being mindful of how their words and actions impact others, Stoics can foster trust, respect, and mutual understanding in their interactions. Overall, practicing discretion is central to Stoic philosophy, as it enables individuals to lead lives of virtue, inner tranquility, and resilience in the face of life's challenges. In conclusion, Stoicism offers invaluable lessons on the importance of not exposing oneself in various aspects of life. By embracing the principles discussed on today's journey, we can cultivate inner peace, resilience, and self-sufficiency. Stoicism teaches us that true fulfillment and contentment come from mastering our inner selves and living according to our own values and principles, rather than seeking validation or approval from others. In an age marked by constant exposure and the pressure to share every aspect of our lives, the timeless wisdom of Stoicism reminds us of the inherent power in safeguarding certain aspects of our lives and maintaining a sense of privacy and dignity. For those that stayed until the end, please like, share, and subscribe to see the rise of Stoic empire. Here is the secret message for this video. Amidst the noise of the world, Stoicism whispers a profound truth. True strength lies in the quiet dignity of not exposing oneself. In a culture obsessed with external validation and constant exposure, Stoicism teaches us the power of discretion and restraint. By guarding our innermost thoughts, emotions, and aspirations, we cultivate a sense of inner peace and self-sufficiency that transcends the fleeting applause of others. In the silence of our own minds, we discover the true essence of who we are and the virtues we hold dear. So let us embrace the wisdom of Stoicism and cherish the sanctity of our inner world, for therein lies our greatest source of strength and resilience.